Time now for the PHL 11 o'clock news for this Tuesday, March 17, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here on your 11 o'clock news headlines there. And our top story at 11 o'clock here is Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu cast his vote today during Israel's parliamentary elections in Jerusalem with no clear winner, yet Netanyahu and chief opponent both filed for him next one. Law enforcement officers stand outside of Berlin where Robert Durst held some condominium Tuesday, March 17, 2015 in Houston as police were searching the Houston home of millionaire Durst after his arrest over the weekend in New Orleans as they carried 2 boxes from home of millionaire Robert Durst. In Washington, the Secret Service says an envelope addressed to the White House has tentatively tested positive for cyanide. The letter was received at an off-site mail screening facility on Monday. The research in Brazil traced nearly 3,500 babies from all walks of life and found those who had been breastfed for longer went on to score higher on IQ tests for adults. And Kenny and Barack Obama taking part in the traditional shamrock giving ceremony as Obama praises Ireland as nation on the move again. The U.S. military has lost control of a drone over the northwest Syria, U.S. officials said Tuesday as they commented on President Bashar al-Assad claimed to have shot down a U.S. drone. Food concerns mount in Vanuatu after monster cyclone Pam struck through that part of the country. In Moscow, as Washington debates whether to send lethal weaponry to the Ukrainian army, one of the Kremlin's biggest critics, Alexei Navalny, says would be a mistake. More than 4 decades after an accident at a sawmill sent a piece of wood in his Cecil Clinton skull, costing him a portion of his brain, the state of Missouri executed him Tuesday night for shooting and killing a police officer. Representative Aaron Schott will resign from Congress amid a controversy for his spending habits. A U.S. university, Penn State University, has been suspended, while police investigated allegations that the inappropriate female photos were posted to a Facebook page that was private. The U.S. Presbyterian Church on Tuesday approved a change to the wording of its constitution that includes same-sex marriage, a move which threatens to further split one of the largest U.S. testimony Tuesday from one of Joe Zarnim's high school friends who has faced in his own legal trouble has offered a unique look at the accused bomber's life and mindset prior to the attacks. Kraft has voluntarily recalled thousands of cases of its original flavored macaroni and cheese due to a concern that some of the boxes may contain pieces of metal, the company announced on Tuesday. Agent talks dipped into market time on Wednesday as with markets fixed on the Federal Reserve policy statement due to later session for close to which the Fed will make interest rates. That's the lesson Starbucks learned Tuesday after an internet backlash was aimed at the new campaign with the coffee chain Hope would initiate to a discussion on the issue. Entertainment Network has pulled the plug on its style show until September. Fashion Police, according to the statement issued by the network, as these comedy series will be going on hiatus, will return in September. The statement began. Less than perfect layer of graphene actually works better in a fuel cell than one with perfect structure. Researchers say discovery could lead to a simpler, more efficient fuel cells. They predict Mercury, the spacecraft that orbited, tend to get overlooked by the current for space activity as tomorrow, March 18th. NASA's Messenger spacecraft will mark the end of its 4th year in orbit around Mercury, and in a few weeks will mark the end of it. It is possible that breast biopsies are no longer the gold standard for resolving an unclear mammograms or ultrasound over breast biopsies are good at differentiating between healthy tissue and cancer. Researchers are saying that biopsies are easily. Regenerative Pharmaceuticals Incorporated and Sanofi announced Sunday that 18-month results of the phase 3 trial of prevalent involvement in 2,341 high-risk patients of hypercholesterolemia were published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Alright, take a look at New England Instant Alerts here at 11:06. At 246 Sunnydale Road in Staten Island, found on the first floor of a 3-story dwelling that is private at 10:45. No code unknown as one removed, 2 second process are being removed, and 1 line straight to operation, and fire is doubtful will hold. In Western Massachusetts, a working fire at 15 Furrow Street as companies on scene with heavy fire showing the rear of a single-family dwelling as EMS requested in the rear of a victim has unknown injuries at the time. Manchester, Connecticut, Interstate 384 eastbound part of exit 4 Moorville accident at Elton, Connecticut. 159 Penny Street in Stonebridge Apartments and second alarm structure fire and units on the scene with active fire on the complex. Peter Jill News Times, 11:07, time now for a Trevor report. Smooth sailing the Nowways, byways of New England here. And on the MBTA, shuttle buses replacing Green Line D Branch, service between Kenmore and Reservoir due to power problem at Brookline Hills. Green Line D Branch experiencing severe delays due to power problem at Brookline Hills. Please use C Branch service where available. And SL5 Silver Line experiencing minor delays. And on the commuter rail, no delays so far. Peter Jill News Time, 11:07. Time now for a weather report. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 11:07 p.m. on this Tuesday. 31 degrees, that temperature with first gas. Humidity 35%. Wind speed northwest 16 and gusting 26 miles per hour. Barometer 20.84 inches. Dew point about 6 degrees. The visibility at 10 miles. And wind to about 20 degrees as it is hell out. And I was in Mansfield tonight, this evening, and it was blowing and it was chilly out. And this afternoon it was in the 50s, but now in the 30s with a wind chill feel around 20 degrees. As we take a look at our current conditions around the region here, 30 degrees in Boston, 29 in Bedford and Beverly and Lawrence, 30 in Fitchburg and Gloucester, 27 in Worcester and Sturbridge at 28 degrees, 30 in Webster and Milford and Norwood, 32 in Taunton, Plymouth at 31 in Bedford, 30 in Falmouth, 31 in Chatham, 30 in Provincetown, 31 in Martha's Vineyard, 33 in Cape Cod Bay, 31 in Nantucket, 34 in Balkan, 32 in Westerly, 20 in Smithfield, it's 37 in New York City, 35 in Islip, 36 in Montauk, 34 in Bridgeport, 32 in New Haven, it's 31 in Danbury, 30 in Waterbury, 33 in Meriden, it is 33 in Hartford, 33 in Winslow, Connecticut, 32 in Springfield, 30 in Greenfield, 20 in Athol, Massachusetts, 26 in Pittsfield, 27 in Northampton, it's 29 in Albany, New York, it's 29 in Glens Falls, New York, it's 27 in Bennington and Rutland, Vermont, it's 23 in Bradford, Vermont, it's 28 in Keene, Hampshire, 25 in Jeffrey and Locoin, New Hampshire, 27 in Lebanon and Concord, New Hampshire, 20 in Manchester and Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 20 in Portland, Maine, and 29 out of Nashua, New Hampshire. Okay, serviceman around the country here, and it shows station front, stretching it up in the northern Baja California, Mexican office, southeastern California, up in the Arizona, Nevada, Arizona, up in the Utah, stretching it out for Wyoming, and the station front around Colorado, merging with a cold front from southwestern Colorado, then for western Mexico, then for Texas, and station front down for Arkansas, merging with a cold front from north central Mississippi, stretching down for Alabama and Georgia, down South Carolina, and to sea. A cold front hugging the New England coastline, stretching up into northern Quebec here. Got a pink front from western Nova Scotia, and to sea with a low pressure off southwestern portion of Nova Scotia here, and got a further from east central Kansas down for eastern Oklahoma, and never further from western Nebraska down for Wyoming with a low pressure wide in Wyoming. A low pressure in Yellowstone Valley with a further from Idaho up in the eastern Washington State. Warm front, retro Saskatchewan merged with cold front from central Saskatchewan, then for southwestern portions of Manitoba here. Low pressure in north central Mexico, high pressure western Mexico, south off the Louisiana coastline, and western Minnesota here. 36 degrees here in Detroit, 30 in Pittsburgh, 40 in Washington, D.C., 70 in Atlanta, Georgia, 74 in Miami, Florida, it's 71 in Brownsville, Texas, and Dallas, Texas, 45 in Kansas City, 41 in Omaha, Nebraska, 31 in Chicago, 38 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 36 in Great Falls, Montana, 51 out in Seattle, Washington, 58 in San Francisco, 68 in Los Angeles, it's 79 in Las Vegas, 64 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 44 in Denver, Colorado, 86 in Phoenix, Arizona, 57 out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here. Alright, let's take a look at our radar situation here, and it shows some spotty snow flurries northeast of Keene, New Hampshire, and south of Keene, New Hampshire, and spotty snow showers in south central portion of Vermont, northwest of Bradford, and northeast of Bennington, and spotty snow showers off the Cape Downs here, and spotty snow showers south of Queensbury, New York, and east of Walton, and east of Silver Springs, and stretching out southwestern Vermont, northwest of Bennington, Vermont here. And zooming around, and it shows some spotty snow showers in central and east central portions of New York State, and spotty snow showers in west central New York here. And a lot of snow showers from eastern Maine, stretching into New Brunswick, down coming to much of Nova Scotia, and coming up in the eastern Quebec here, where Maine is predicted to get around 4 to 8 inches of snow possible here by the time the overnight is over here, and a few rain and sleet off the south central portions of Nova Scotia, and some spotty snow showers of west central portions of Newfoundland, and some spotty snow showers in north of St. John's, Newfoundland, and southwest of St. John's, Newfoundland, on the southeastern tip. And a lot of rain showers and storms from the northeastern portion of Mexico, stretching in western Texas, and stretching into New Mexico and eastern Arizona and north central portions of Mexico. Spotty rain showers in central Oklahoma and north central Arkansas, and southwestern portions of Missouri here. And a lot of rain showers from west central portions of Colorado and central portions of Utah. Spotty snow rain showers in the northeastern Nevada. Stretching Medano coming up to Montana with some snow and sleet right around Montana. And rain showers in west central portions of North Dakota and some east central portions of South Dakota. A lot of rain showers in the northeastern portions of Oregon and up in the upstate, northeastern Washington State, central and west central portions of Washington and up in the northwestern portion of Oregon here. And some spotty snow showers, south central portions of Alberta here. Alright, let's take a look at Satellite Loop here, and it shows petroglyphs coming to much of Maine and coming to much of the Canadian Maritimes. Petroglyphs from New Hampshire, Vermont, and coming to much of upstate, central to western New York, and the northeastern and northwestern portions of Pennsylvania here. Spotty clouds from northern South Carolina and out to sea. A lot of clouds from southeastern Georgia out to sea off the northern Florida coastline here. And a lot of clouds coming in much from western Gulf states, coming in much to the Plain states and the Rockies, and stretching up in the northern plains, and coming in much of Washington State. Patchy clouds around Oregon, and the clouds stretching from all the way down for the southern California coastline. The line of clouds from British coming down for southern Alberta, down for southern Saskatchewan, down for southwestern portions of Manitoba. And a look at the forecast discussion around the country here. Alright. Snow for parts of the Northern High Plains and showers and thunderstorms for parts of southern Texas. Upper level low over northern Mexico will weaken while moving eastward to southeast by Thursday, and the system will produce showers and thunderstorms over parts of the Texas and will move eastward to the lower Mississippi Valley by Wednesday evening. Rain will develop over parts of the Southern High Plains and Southern Rockies, and it will blossom to light to moderate rain over parts of the Oklahoma and Kansas by Wednesday morning. This rain will be moving into parts of the middle Mississippi Valley, Tennessee Valley, and Central Gulf Coast by Wednesday evening, and the rain will expand into the southeast Central Appalachians by Thursday morning. Here, another close upper level low will develop over southern California and northwestern Mexico by Wednesday evening. Here, the energy will aid in producing rain over parts of the southern California eastward to the central Southern Rockies will snow at some higher elevations, and Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning. Here, a third area of upper level energy over the Pacific Northwest will move eastward to the upper Midwest by Thursday, and the system will produce rain from parts of the northwest coast to the northern Rockies on Tuesday evening and over the northwest coast by Wednesday morning, and snow will develop over parts of the northern High Plains on Tuesday evening and expand to the eastward in the parts of the northern plains by Wednesday morning, as there snow will move to the parts of the upper Mississippi Valley and the upper Great Lakes by Thursday morning. In addition, energy moving over eastward over the eastern Pacific will produce rain over parts of the northwest portion of the Western State by Thursday morning too. Alright, forecast discussion around the region here. A cold front shifting offshore will allow cold air and strong gusty winds to move across southern New England into tomorrow. As fast moving low pressure may bring rain and accumulating wet snow sometime Friday and early Saturday as a strong cold front across the region Saturday evening, bringing dry but unseasonably cold weather Sunday and then Monday here. Near time until 6 a.m. Wednesday morning, 10:30 p.m. update. Continued tight pressure gradient across a relatively unstable environment per COC Chatham. Up to Albany, Sanders and cold action has mixed up to H7 of roughly around 7 KFT AGLs, mixed down upwards of 55 miles per wall surface, 2 points dropping to single digits below zero. Well, keep the wind advisory going, expect continued down branches and power lines into the morning hours. Exaggerating the depressive power just reported across southern New England and should see northwest wind activity diminish to some degree overnight with the lack of daytime heating in the hinge. Our England March sun less mix up of moisture and subsequent cloud. The element between if the H7 dry air inversion indicated by 0Z Saturday should be a partly cloudy evening as a cold and dry and blustery forecast with wind chills falling into the single digits as ambient temperatures falling in the teens to the low 20s. A special weather same issue for the black gas as the extracts of Arctic air is resulting in a refreezing of snow melt along area roadways and already reported scattered of more real accidents in parts of Massachusetts. Here, as we take a look at the power outages here. And we're seeing 3,600 customers in the dark. 3,621 customers in the dark with out power for National Grid. Alright, let's take a look at the weather notes here. Peak wind gusts Boston at 63 miles an hour. Rockport 55 miles an hour. Fitchburg at 54 miles an hour. Norwood at 52 miles per hour. Worcester 51 miles per hour. And Medford 49 miles per hour here. And wind chill readings teens into the low 20s for that region. And high wind and medium ice for the next 24 hours here. And I'm expected tomorrow's highs 28 to 32 degrees here. As we are under a wind advisory in effect from now until 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon here. As strong northwest wind gusts tonight and on Wednesday. As wind advisory remains in effect until 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday. As location about just 7 New England and winds northwest wind 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. As time during the day and Wednesday. In fact, northwest wind gusts will bring down some large tree limbs and perhaps even a few trees, possibly causing isolated power outages here. And wind advisory issue when sustained winds are forecast to be 31 to 39 miles per hour. Gusts will range between 46 and 57 miles per hour. Winds that strong and capable of downing some small tree limbs and isolated power outages here and branches. That could cause some isolated power outages and driving to be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. And patchy blackouts across the area roadways overnight, and in fact, the Wednesday morning commute and snow melt and liquid precipitation early in the day will be refreezed as colder, Arctic air spills southward in the region. Numerous reports have already been gathered of blackouts along area roadways resulting in motor vehicle accidents, and blackouts will continue to be an issue for the Wednesday morning commute. If you need to navigate travel, be aware and drive with care. Take it slow. Day 1 tonight, wind advisory. Day 2 for 7, Wednesday for Monday, wind advisory, and Friday for early Saturday. A fast-moving low-pressure system may bring a period of rain and or committing wet snow to the region sometime Friday and early Saturday. There'll be uncertainty in the track of the low-pressure system as well as the time itself. Governance on precipitation at the top of the mountains that remain low at the time. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Here, overnight, mostly Cascade, low about 22 degrees. The west with about 11 and 17 miles per hour, 43 miles per hour. Wednesday, San Scott, about 36 degrees. Wednesday, weather, northwest wind about 14 22 miles per hour, 48 miles per hour. Wednesday night, most of Cascade low about 12 degrees. Northwest wind about 8 to 10 miles per hour, 33 miles per hour. For Thursday, San Scott, about 24 degrees. Thursday, San Scott, about 34 degrees. Northwest wind about 7 11 miles per hour, 28 miles per hour. Thursday, most of Cascade low about 14 degrees. Northwest wind about 6 miles per hour coming after midnight. Friday, slight chance of snow between 3 and 4 p.m. Then a chance of rain and snow. Part San Scott about 38 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Friday night, rain likely possible mix of snow. Class got low about 32 degrees. Chance of precipitation 6%. Saturday, chance of rain and snow. Mostly class got about 45 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Saturday night, part class got low about 29 degrees. For Sunday, most Sunday the close got about 36, low about 11 degrees. For Monday, Saturday the close got about 32, low about 18 degrees. For Tuesday, most Sunday got about 42 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the night. A windy Wednesday in store. Pure say good night with a good bad attitude. Look for you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night. See you tomorrow morning. Here.